Morning students, today's class we will see about the antibiotics policy. An antibiotic policy is the set of strategies and activities undertaken to organize the antimicrobial treatment in the hospital and achieve health outcomes for the patients. The basic principles are to be direct evidence-based medicine, local epidemiology and freedom for prescribing the physicians. Increasing antimicrobial resistance of hospital pathogens is today a cause of great concern to clinicians and microbiologists. Multiple antibiotic resistant strains of gram-negative bacilli and gram-positive cocci are increasingly causing epidemic and endemic nosocomial infections, particularly in intensive care units. What is an appropriate antibiotic use? Unnecessary prescriptions of antibiotics, just viral infections, or for prolonged prophylaxis. Using broad spectrum antibiotics when narrow spectrum antibiotics are effective. Prescribing too low or too high doses. Continuing treatment for longer than necessary. Then, not prescribing according to the microbiology research. Omitting or delaying administration of doses. Prescribing intravenous therapy when oral therapy is known to be effective and clinically safe. Not taking antibiotics as prescribed. Resistance is emerging due to the selective pressure of antibiotic use, which selects the bacterial subpopulations harboring advantageous resistance mutations or acquired mobile resistance determinants such as plasmids and transpons. Resistance becomes widespread as a result of dissemination of resistant clones or mobile genetic determinants, which are also directly favored by intensity and homogeneity of the antibiotic exposure in a patient population. Intensive use of antibiotics in the hospital is often associated with increasing prevalence of resistance. Antibiotic resistance, what the policymakers can do. Antibiotic resistance happens when bacteria change and become resistant to antibiotic use to treat infections they cause. Ensure you have a robust national action plan to tackle antibiotic resistance. Improve surveillance of antibiotic resistant infection. Strengthen the infection prevention control measures. Regulate, promote appropriate use of quality medicines. This is given by the WHO. Antimicrobial resistance has emerged as a major public health problem all over the world. The infection resistant microbes, so the treatment will be failed, so there will be increasing morbidity and mortality. The treatment failure will lead to longer infectivity and increased infected people in the community. This will lead to expose the general population to risk of resistant strain. Resistance to first-line antimicrobials will lead to high cost of second-line drugs and it will subsequently will lead to the treatment failure. Most alarming caused by multi-drug resistant microbes which are virtually non-treatable and thereby create a post-antibiotic era scenario. So this is the impact of the resistance: excess length of stay, interference with the patient's normal flora, untreatable infections, increased side effects, increased cost, selection of the drug resistance, increased morbidity and mortality. Strategic approach, which is the optimum, optimizing the duration of choice and dose of empiric therapy, that is antimicrobial stewardship. Surgeons have a great role optimizing the antimicrobial prophylaxis for operative procedures, implementation guidelines, developing and implementing an antibiotic policy and standard treatment guidelines, monitoring drug resistance, that means monitoring and providing feedback regarding antibiotic resistance, and improving antimicrobial prescribing by educational and administrative means. Aim of antibiotic policy include decrease morbidity and mortality due to antimicrobial resistant infection, preserve the effectiveness of antimicrobial agents in treatment, prevention of communicable disease. Objective of antibiotic policy: recognize the trends in antimicrobial resistance within the institution, assure infection control procedures, incorporate detection, prevention, and control of antimicrobial resistance to institutional strategic, rational use of antimicrobials, plans for transferring, identifying, readmitting, and discharging the client, colonize with specific antimicrobial resistant pathogen, ensure effective treatment, detect resistant microorganisms. So, organization structure of an antibiotic policy, which includes clinicians, microbiologists, pharmacists, nurses, antibiotic committee, infection control committee. Scope of antibiotic Policy, hospital antibiotic policy, prophylactic, empirical and definitive therapy, high-risk special groups, example, immune-compromised host, hospital-associated infections and community-associated infection. In the hospital antibiotic policy shall be based on spectrum of antibiotic activity, pharmacokinetics, pharmacodynamics of antibiotics, adverse effects, potential select resistance cause, special needs of individual patient groups. So, hospital-acquired infections, the surveillance of antimicrobial resistant antibiotic will lead to cumulative antibiogram and antibiotic standard treatment guidelines and antimicrobial stewardship. Staff education and antibiotic policy. Staff education is the most important principle in success. Draw your own plans according to the nature of patients, your past experience, introduction training for the new staff. Continuing medical education to both junior and senior doctors, including nursing staff, pharmacists for the success of the program. And advised by WHO, an efficient antibiotic policy in the healthcare setting shall demand from the top management their full commitment as well as the total support for development of and implementation of this policy. Why we need checklist? A checklist should be used to assure that the right thing is done at the right time in the right place. This checklist warranted because medical care has become complicated enough that one physician cannot remember everything that has been done for a particular problem. A checklist for the important interventions including use of antibiotics therefore should be helpful. Make your conclusions and contribute to antibiotic policy. It is true to say that there is no absolute proof for causative association between antibiotic use and resistance, but many authorities believe that association to be virtually certain. It is a pragmatic and essential approach to control antibiotic resistance with control of antibiotic use. Make everyone partner in the prevention of antibiotic resistance and success will follow. Surveillance of antimicrobial resistance. Use standards. Generate reliable numerator. Only false positive culture from a patient for each disease episode should be reported for the surveillance purpose. Express resistance as incidence rate. Participate in external quality assessment schemes. Prediction of evolution of antimicrobial resistance. Surveillance of antimicrobial consumption. Cumulative antibiogram, analysis of data regularly, at least annually, inclusion of diagnostic isolates. It is useful to stratify results by specimens, type of infection site, by nursing unit or site of care, by organism resistance characteristic, by clinical service of patient population. Reviewing the cumulative antibiogram data if clinical failure occurs after empiric therapy. Comparing the cumulative antibiogram with national data. Development of standard treatment guidelines should be based on local antibiogram, should be syndrome or disease based, should be specific type of clinical setting like outpatient clinics, inpatient unit, ICU setting, should involve treating physicians to bring ownership to the guidelines. The direction of antibiotic policy. Frame the hospital on list of therapeutic antibiotic categories: first line, reserve agent, restricted agent, withdrawn agent. For example, first choice of antibiotics is prescribed by all doctors, while restricted choice of antibiotics can only be prescribed after consulting the head of the department or antimicrobial team representative. Reserve antibiotics are prescribed only by designated experts. Interventions prohibiting the sale of antibiotics without medical prescription. Development of regulations by ministries of health regarding responsible prescription of antibiotics. Prohibition of advertising antibiotics in the community by industry and pharmaceutical representatives. The antibiotic prescribing indication for use, there is definitive, empirical and prophylaxis, route of administration, dose regime, duration of treatment and adverse effect. Drug was on reserve list. Drug combination, whether it was approved by the microbiologist, whether the culture sensitivity was performed, development of treatment guidelines. This ought to be considered before prescribing an antibiotics. Antimicrobial prescribing, the good practices are sent for appropriate investigation in all infections. All antibiotic initiations would be done after sending appropriate cultures. Follow hospital policy when choosing antimicrobial therapy whenever possible. Check for factors which will affect the drug choice like renal function, interactions, allergy. Check that appropriate dose is prescribed. The need for antimicrobial therapy should be reviewed on daily basis. Once culture reports are available, the physician shall step down to the narrowest spectrum, most efficacious and most cost-effective option. Empiric therapy, where delay in initiating therapy to await microbiological result would be life-threatening for risk serious morbidity, and antimicrobial therapy based on clinically defined infection is justified. When empiric therapy is used, accuracy of diagnosis should be reviewed regularly and the treatment altered or stopped when microbiological results become available. Empiric therapy. Side effects of empirical antibiotics include development of resistance in pathogens infecting the patient, risk of spread of the resistance, suppression of normal flora, development of resistance in normal flora, risk for superinfection. Hand washing is important because hand hygiene complaints the rates of 10% to 40% have been observed in developed countries. Clean hands are the one of the best defense against antibiotic resistant infections. It sounds simple because it is. WHO Regional Office for Southeast Asia commissioned the Christian Medical College Hospital, Vellore, India to develop the first draft of the guidelines that include the revision policy. Policy should be reviewed by experts who are not the members of policy development group but are the experts in the relevant field. Policy is not static. When it is a living document, it should be reviewed at the periodic intervals, updating according to the current medical knowledge, clinical practice, and local circumstances. Thank you for listening.